Hi, I'm Claire, and I'm 34 years old. Let me tell you about the time I decided to get back at my mean mother in law who was determined to make my life miserable. I tried to be patient and ignore her behavior for a while, but eventually I couldn't take it anymore. Let me explain a bit. Whenever my mother in law gave me something, it was never very good. Like on our wedding day. This present is from my mother in law, Justine. Let's see what's inside. Hmm, it's a used spatula. Well, thank you. And on my 31st birthday, Justine, you really shouldn't have. What's inside? Oh, what exactly is it? It's a shovel, dear. Ah, how nice. But it looks a bit old. It's a fixed-up shovel. I later discovered she took it from the neighbor's shed and gave it to me. Another time, when I hosted a dinner party, she brought the cheapest bottle of wine she could find. At that point, I wished she wouldn't bother doing anything for me at all. But what really bothered me were the times she insisted on cooking for me, only for the food to taste awful every single time. At first, I was understanding. Not everyone is a great cook, and that's okay. I thought it was the thought that counted, not necessarily the taste. But then I learned that the same dishes she made for me tasted amazing when she cooked for other people. After trying to convince myself otherwise for a while, I realized she was intentionally making my food taste bad. Claire, try my casserole. I made it. I'm really full from all the food you've given me. Please, just take a bite for me. I reluctantly took a bite, feeling uneasy about what might happen next. As expected, the casserole tasted terrible. It made me wonder if she was trying to harm me with it. You might be wondering what my husband thought about all of this. Well, he didn't believe me. I didn't blame him. It's tough to accept such a strange idea, especially when it's about your own mother. But I kept asking him to try the food she made for me, hoping he'd see what I meant. Every time, he dismissed me, saying I was imagining things. Sometimes he'd almost try it, but Justine always stopped him. Hey, that food is for Claire. I made it just for her, considering her dietary needs. Yes, I have specific dietary needs because I'm a vegetarian, but I married into a family that loves their meat. So whenever there's a big family meal, my mother-in-law, Justine, would make a separate dish for me, which I appreciated. But it always seemed like she didn't put much effort into it. After realizing she was messing with my food, I tried to understand her. Maybe she was upset about having to make a special dish for me. But that didn't explain why she gave me terrible gifts all the time. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt until a few months ago. I invited a coworker who's also a vegetarian to a family cookout. Justin made two vegetarian dishes, one for my coworker and one for me. I tasted my coworker's dish secretly, and it was delicious, but mine was awful. It was clear that Justin could cook well. When I told my husband Liam about it, he just brushed it off. Oh, come on, Claire, you're overreacting and being a bit rude. I'm telling you, she's intentionally messing with my food. She doesn't want to make good food for me. Even if the food isn't great, which I doubt, what do you expect from her? She's just one person. Maybe you could help her out in the kitchen, especially with vegetarian dishes. I've offered to help many times, but she gets defensive and thinks I don't like her cooking, which you don't. And when I suggest things, she gets upset. There's no pleasing her. Maybe you should bring your own food to gatherings then, even if it seems rude. It's not like you have a serious allergy. You're just a vegetarian, and everyone can make vegetarian food. But remember Lucy, your coworker? She was nice. Yeah, Lucy's food was great, even the vegetarian dishes. They both took a moment to think about everything. Liam sat down on the bed, thinking deeply. Well, say something, Claire urged. Look, you're my wife, and I love you. I want to trust you, but I think you might be imagining things. I understand that my mom can be odd with gifts, but sabotaging your food, that's really messed up and dangerous, isn't it? Exactly. One time, I swear I smelled bleach in my food. I had to make an excuse to go to the bathroom so I wouldn't have to eat it. Claire, maybe because you and my mom don't get along, you're seeing her differently than the rest of us. She's a fantastic cook. I agree. After trying Lucy's food tonight, I'm sure she can cook well, but for some reason, she doesn't put in the effort with me. Enough. I won't let you talk badly about my mom anymore. She's a great cook. You're imagining things. I was frustrated. How many times did I have to convince him I was telling the truth? I decided to prove it. I waited for the next family gathering to make my move. About a month later, my mother-in-law called. I'm good, thank you. How about you? Oh, I'm excited. We're having another family gathering this weekend to celebrate Uncle JJ's return from France. Can you and Liam make it? Of course, Justine. We wouldn't miss it. Oh, that's great. Uncle JJ prefers simple things, even though he's from France. So we're keeping it casual with sliders and sandwiches. You can even bring your coworker friend again. She was lovely. Unfortunately, she can't make it this time, but Liam and I will be there. Oh, that's too bad. But I'm glad you both can come. Oh, one more thing before I forget. I've decided to get you some special plates to make it easier to separate vegetarian and non-vegetarian dishes. They're beautiful navy blue plates. No problem, Justine. Thank you. Okay, see you soon. After hanging up, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. Normally, different plates wouldn't bother me, but knowing what I knew about her, I realized it was just another way for her to make me feel isolated from everyone else. Everyone else in the family always enjoys their meals, but mine are always terrible. So when I complain, I look picky and fussy. But that's not true. There are rumors going around that I'm just being difficult, and I wish I could prove them wrong by sharing my food. But Justine always stops me and gets upset if I don't eat what she made. Sometimes I manage to avoid eating it, but usually I have to force it down quickly to avoid tasting it. Whenever I visit, I dread it and can't wait to leave and make my own food. But this weekend was different. I was excited because I had a plan to show everyone that I wasn't making things up. I had real concerns and everyone needed to see that. The weekend came and Liam and I brought our coleslaw to the barbecue. There was so much meat everywhere. Even the meat lovers thought it was too much. Despite my initial worries, the party was going well. I was enjoying chatting with my in-laws and playing with my nieces and nephews. But when Justine called us to the dining table, my stomach churned with dread. I forced myself to smile and sit next to Liam. You see, Claire, everyone's having fun. Why can't you relax? Mom put a lot of effort into this. Maybe if you had a better attitude, you'd enjoy the food. I was tired of Liam's lectures. He had no idea what it was like dealing with his mom's awful cooking. But I had a plan. Justine brought out the food, and my plate, as promised, was navy blue. It stood out among the white plates on the table, but I didn't care. I was ready for my revenge. As everyone sat down to eat and grace was said, I suddenly exclaimed, "Oh my goodness, is that a snake?" People were startled and chaos ensued. The kids got excited and wanted to see the snake, while the adults sprang into action, with the women leading the children inside and the men cautiously checking out where I pointed. While everyone was distracted, I followed behind the women, glancing back at the dinner table. Luckily, all the food looked similar, so it was hard to tell which plate was which. That's why my mother-in-law made a special plate for me, so she could tell which one had the bad food. As people started to come back from checking for the snake, I quickly swapped the sandwiches from my plate and Liam's. Just as Justine was coming back outside, Liam told her it was a false alarm and the snake was gone. As everyone returned to their seats, there was a sense of excitement in the air, despite the false alarm. People enjoyed the rush of adrenaline, even the elders. They settled back into their seats, and I apologized, saying, "Sorry, everyone. I must have misjudged the ground. Please excuse the disturbance." Everyone took it well, not too bothered by the interruption. "No problem, dear. It's better to be safe than sorry," someone replied, and everyone seemed to enjoy the little thrill of the snake scare. The mood shifted when Liam took a bite of what he thought was his sandwich, but it turned out to be my vegetarian one. "It's wild," he said before biting into it. Suddenly, he stopped and everyone's attention turned to him. He gagged and spat out the sandwich. "Ew, this is awful." "Liam, that's so rude," Justine scolded him. "I put so much effort into these dishes." Justine protested as everyone began to eat their food, enjoying the delicious flavors. They started questioning Liam about his reaction. Even Uncle JJ, who usually stayed quiet, said it tasted fine to him. I don't know, guys. The food just tasted weird to me for a moment. Sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to be rude. Maybe it's a new recipe. Let me try again. Liam attempted to take another bite, but he started gagging before it reached his mouth. Justine was getting flustered and complained about Liam's rudeness. Mom, I'm sorry, but I can't eat this. There's something wrong with it. Except it's not, I added, and everyone looked at me, surprised by my statement. It was then that Liam noticed I hadn't touched my food. Babe, why aren't you eating? Because it has meat in it, I admitted. The table fell silent, and I saw understanding dawn in Liam's eyes. Mom, have you been messing with Claire's food? Everyone exclaimed, shocked. Justine started shouting in response. Liam, I don't know what's gotten into you. Maybe it's your spoiled wife who convinced you, but I won't stand for this. Apologize now. No, Mom, it's your food that's spoiled. Claire was right, Liam declared. He handed his sandwich to Uncle JJ, who almost threw up after trying to take a bite. Justin's eyes turned to me, filled with venom. What have you done? She hissed. I should be asking you the same thing. You've been sabotaging my meals every time I come here, making me miserable. I confess to everyone. I'm sorry for lying about the snake, but I needed a distraction. Justine has been poisoning my food since I joined this family. Everyone gasped in shock. It's true. I suspected it for a while, and I know I might have seemed picky, but try Justine's sandwich if you can stomach it, I urged. The sandwich made its way around the table, eliciting gagging and dry heaving from those who tried it. They advised the elderly and children not to eat it, and one person even considered going to the hospital due to the smell. Your move, Justine, I challenged. Okay, you got me. I was sabotaging your food, Justine confessed. Why would you do that? Because she hates me. She's always had it out for me since day one, Justine shouted. Liam suddenly looked ill. He vomited all over the grass and collapsed onto the patio sofa. Mom, what did you put in that sandwich? Liam asked weakly. Liam, Oh God, are you okay? That sandwich wasn't meant for you. I'm so sorry, everyone. Please forgive me, Justine exclaimed in panic. Uncle JJ's homecoming had to be cut short, and several family members rushed Liam to the hospital. It turned out that the sandwich contained rancid mushrooms with traces of cat feces, causing severe food poisoning. Liam was hospitalized for some time as he recovered, and my mother-in-law was arrested after confessing to her actions. The incident made me realize the extent of her hatred towards me. She was willing to harm me just because she despised me. If it had been me, she might have delayed getting help. But because it was her son, she rushed to fix her mistake. However, it was too late. Thankfully, Liam recovered fully. During his hospital stay, he repeatedly apologized for not believing me about his mother's actions. His mother attempted to post bail, but the other family members refused, insisting she needed to reflect on her actions. Visitors informed me of her remorse and realization of her mistakes after seeing her son suffer. However, I couldn't accept her apology. It took seeing her son in pain for her to acknowledge her wrongdoing. For years, she never considered the harm she was causing. Who knows what else she put in my food? I endured it in silence, often getting sick and missing work to recover. After sharing this with my husband, he felt even more sympathetic towards me and promised to always believe me. I'm relieved I could impart 2 lessons. Always trust your spouse and don't mess with me, or you might end up in jail.